all these choices, and it's kind of confusing. And then I'm going to throw him down. Now he presents my options to me. So for this, what's going to go on is we're just going to work with punches. Some things you guys should be aware of, right? This kind of work, it's kind of subtle, right? No matter, again, which style we're talking about, the Ryabko, the Kadishnikov, Ross, they all the same thing. When he punches, what I don't want to do is this, right? That's great. I don't want to get hit. That's wonderful. But for me to exploit his tension, what I want to do is I need to make sure that his body doesn't really know what's going to go on. And that seems kind of strange, right? But, you know, the Ross folks call it neuromuscular excitation, which is basically a way of going, I don't want to do this. Okay, what I do want to do is I want to blend with him. And remember this, these exercises, this is where all that stuff comes in, because I want to use circles and softies to nullify that impact, that force. So what's going to happen is he's just going to feed me punches. I want to work on using that circle to blend with him. As the attacker, he's got certain criteria for success, right? The same criteria we have that happens on a subconscious level when we walk, okay? How do I know when I should step with my other foot? What are my criteria for success, right? Okay, it lands and I move. My criteria for failure, I slip, okay? So either way, my body knows what's going on. Okay, it knows to walk or it knows, oops, something's up. So if he punches me and he connects, good. Criteria for success, right? He's like, subconsciously, this is great. Fist is making that impact. Maybe I should punch again, whatever. Criteria for failure, he punches, I move. Which at that point, he's like, crap, I missed. I need to punch him again, okay? Other criteria for failure, again, neuromuscular excitation. He punches, I slap, I move, do something really nice and hard. So he's going, oh man, I missed. I need to fire back, I need to kick, I need to disengage. You guys can't see, feel free to come over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those circles, right? You know, I have this guy, I have this guy, I have my twisting, and I'm going to blend with him. So he punches, I'm just going to blend, right? I'm out of the way of the threat, I have control. What's happening now, because I'm nice and relaxed, we're touching, this is giving me feedback. So if he pulls back, I stick with it, all right? He throws a hook, you know, I can wrap, right? He punches again, I can use this circle, but I'm not really slapping him away. I don't want him to have to reset. What I really don't want out of this is to play that sparring game, the boxing game with him, where he's punching, and I'll go in, and I'm tentative, and I've got to kind of swing again because it's exponentially increasing my chances that he's going to probably ring my bell, and or all his friends are going to stalk me in the dirt. It's got to be reality based. I'm not in the ring. I'm not trying to fight the bell. I've got to work through him, put him on the ground, hurt him, take him out of the fight, because I don't know what else is going to happen. I have all those unknowns. The only thing I can control is my response. So we're here. We're going to move nice and slow. Patrick's going to punch. I'm blending with him. I'm staying nice and connected, right? I can feel like if he's pulling back, that's fine. And then I'm going to break his structure. Now, when I break his structure, I have really two choices in this. So he comes forward again. I'm here. My choices at this point are, it's an either-or scenario. Either I'm throwing him down and I'm running, or if I'm a police officer or somebody that needs to control him, I can control him. I can use my knees. All right. You know, at that point, if I held onto his arm, at that point I can exploit his arm. So he's here. He's going to try to attack nice and slow. I'm blending. And at this point, the choice is mine. What am I going to do? It's up to me to put him down and to break his structure down. So I was fed the angle just like when we were standing. And then I'm going to look for that skirling motion. questions, comments, concerns? No? Yes? Everybody looks a little puzzled, it's a little worrisome. So what we're going to do is we'll partner back up the attacker again. We're going slow for this. I don't want to have to go really fast and power through them and get a false sense of confidence that, well, this will really work. I need to be relying on technique rather than physical force or athleticism. Again, this kind of thing should build, right? Anybody should be able to do it. I'm not using a whole lot of force. But I'm going to have my attacker. Attacker's going to punch nice and slow. However, he's not going to stop, right? So if I'm here and I'm like looking over there, but I know he's attacking, and he punches, he's still going to hit me. I need that feedback. I need to know when I'm doing something wrong. He needs to know when he punches that he needs to be trained not to just stop here. He needs to really start to know what it's like to strike someone too. So attacker, again, feeding nice and slow punches. We're using circles and then breaking him down. Give it a shot.